So Lucas came to me and he told me one of the worst things he could have possibly ever said to me. I never thought this day would come. He said, "Welcome back to another episode of Just One Fern." Just me here today. You get Just One Fern for real this time. As you can tell, Lucas is not here. So I might as well get into it. Might as well start talking about why he's not here. So Lucas came to me and he told me one of the worst things he could have possibly ever said to me. I never thought this day would come. He said, "I'm going to visit my girlfriend. I'm going to visit my girlfriend. I'm going to be gone for 4 days." And now I support a vacation. Take a break. Take time for yourself. But with him and with her specifically, it really came down to who means more. Does this pod mean anything to you? You know what I mean? So he didn't have time to record with me, and I felt hurt. I felt slighted. So I thought, I'm going to do it myself. And I'm going to try to make the best of it because inside I'm hurt. And I need him to know that. And I don't think he ever will because he doesn't watch the pod. He doesn't watch it. Why would he? You know? It's like watching game film. If you're an athlete, athletes and podcasters are basically the same. You got to watch the film. If you watch the film, then you're able to do better, prepare yourself for future episodes, right? God forbid we had a guest and he wasn't prepared. He didn't watch the game film. Oh my God, we'd be embarrassed. It's exactly why we're going to be filming our live show. Our live show is coming up October 4th. It's at Star Bar, Brooklyn. Please RSVP. Please RSVP. Because that'll tell us how many people will be there. And we can gauge, it might help us figure out what we want to do at the show. We have some things secured right now that we are doing for sure. But if you RSVP, that lets us know who's coming. And then we get to, plan around it and see what we can do. Now, the thing is, Lucas is going to be gone for 3 straight weekends. 3 straight weekends. I don't know if you heard me. 3 straight weekends. Kind of crazy. So how are we going to plan? Great question. Good thing we got my old noggin up here. Okay? That's how we're going to plan. That's how we're going to do it. Now, I'm thinking I'm going to do some things that will be a surprise to him. I think that's going to have to be my payback. I'm going to have to prank him live because I don't know what else to do, really. I think he deserves it, and so that's what we're going to do. But please RSVP. October 4th, Star Bar. It's our first live show. I'm very nervous. Very nervous about it. I think that it's going to be a learning experience. I think it's going to be fun regardless, but my nerves are at an all-time high. I haven't actually performed like where it's just people looking at me and then like Lucas in so long. In years, I think years. And I'm very nervous. However, I've been asked to perform a lot recently. Not a huge fan of it because a lot of it is very high stress environments. I'm not just recording to record, or I'm performing because I want to perform. I'm about to perform at a wedding that when the bride is walking down the aisle. What? Can you think of a more stressful environment than to be singing while someone is walking down the aisle to their husband, soon to be? Everyone's crying, everyone's in awe. Oh my gosh, she's so beautiful, she's so incredible. And I'm there singing. What if my voice cracks? What if all of a sudden a bird flies into the room and decides to attack me? What if the microphone dies? Huh? What if I start to tear up? What if I get emotional? I'm a man. I'm emotional. Let me do it. What happens then? I just got to push through. I am going to make a request to be in the back of the venue. I don't want anybody looking at me. No, sir. Which, granted, they won't be looking at me, which is almost worse. Because they'll be looking at, my friend, beautiful, stunning, walking down the aisle. And they'll be like, oh my gosh. And then they'll hear me in the background. What the fuck is who is this? That's not God. God would not have a voice that cracks. But I would. So they'll know, whoever was singing he did something wrong. It was not good. It was bad, honestly. Bad. Not good. So we'll see what happens. I think in general it will be a fun time. I get to see some friends from college who I haven't seen in quite some time. But, man, up until that point is over, I will be having no fun. I will have zero fun. There will be no fun had. And honestly, that's okay with me because I'm doing this for them. But I think I'm going to have to start saying no to singing at weddings, especially during the ceremony. Reception, bring it on. Let's do it. Give me a few shots. Hey, I got it. It'll be great. We'll have a great time. I'll dance around. It'll be beautiful. If you make me do it during the ceremony, especially by myself, I'm going to be a nervous wreck. And that's just a fact. Anyway, so this is an alone episode, just me. So, I might go off on some tangents. I might say some things that I don't mean. And I don't want you to hold that to me. I'd like you to just let me have the freedom of speaking into this microphone to you, to your ears. Accept it with open ears, open mind, open chest cavity, and really just soak it all in. Because it's very rare you get a solo episode, but you might get another one next week and another one next week because Lucas is still gone. Anyway, welcome to the show. Let's get into it. Living in New York is crazy because every time you go out, I feel like you find someone that is mentally unstable. Usually not in the normal way like we all are. Right? Where I don't know, we all have something. But I mean, in a way where you wonder, you want to meet their parents. You know what I mean? You ever see someone, you're out and about and you might have a quick conversation, a quick interaction. You immediately want to meet the parents. Where are they? I need to ask them a few questions because look what they created. They created a monster. They created basically a horrible human being. And they must have airdropped them to New York City because I don't even know how they could have traveled this far on their own. So that happens to me every time I leave the house, just the house. I could leave, I could go to the bodega and I'm going to see one of these people. And basically what happened most recently was I was going out and I take the subway everywhere because, I'm poor. I'm not going to pay for Ubers. I'm not going to do that. Also, I'm a man, so I don't have to worry about a lot of things that most women have to worry about being harassed, attacked, which is horrible in its own right. But I'm just going to take the subway. If someone is going to talk to me, go ahead. It's sad. I don't want it, but I know it's going to happen. Oh, yeah, and I was on the subway, actually, the other day, and I was on a really packed one. It was very packed. It was like rush hour. And some people have too much cockiness, right? They think too highly of themselves. And this one guy was getting on. He walked on smug. All right. I knew he was smug. Also, I was near the financial district, so you already know what kind of man I'm talking about here. Walk is smug. He had I don't even know, some sort of silk polo on. I don't know. He was on there. He was looking at some girls. It was a little strange. I was like, yeah, this guy's giving me weird vibes. Now, instant karma. This is where this comes in. He thought he could just not hold on to anything. Oh, I'm not going to grab the rail. I'm not going to hold on to something. I'm going to be fine, right? I'm sturdy. I'll be okay. God, rookie mistake. Everyone makes that mistake the first time they go to New York. You think, oh, I can just stand here and I'll be fine. Yeah, you don't know physics or gravity. Those two things. Yikes. If you don't know that, you're not going to survive New York City subway systems. And I didn't make the rules. That's just, those are the rules. A rookie mistake is to not hold on to something. So what happened was he, of course, didn't hold on to something. It starts to go. And I don't know how to describe the way that he fell, but it was like, when someone falls in an action movie, right, where they're falling in slow-mo, and someone is looking down at them. right? That was me looking down at this guy falling to the ground after the train slammed. The train stopped hard. I mean, hard. And when the train stops hard, you got to hold on to something because your body's going to go. It's going to want to get out of there. It's going to be like your soul is going to come out of your body like in Doctor Strange, right? When he can do that, he can like punch you in the chest and you come flying out. It's crazy that he can do that, by the way. That's pretty cool. But he did. So that's what happened. I saw his soul leave his body, look around, go, oh no, all the women are looking at me, and now I'm embarrassed in my silk polo. And then he pops right back in. He could have just come from the golf course. He could have just played 9. And then he comes in and he's, thinks he's hot shit. Maybe he played really well. He probably shot, under 100. And he is, now he is here thinking he's hot shit and he's trying to impress these women. And bang, all of a sudden his soul leaves his body because he didn't hold on to a railing. God. Just touch it. I know it's germy. We're all touching it. It sucks. I don't want to. Every time I touch the pole on the subway, I feel like I'm going to die of some sort of disease. We all know that they're running rampant around the city. Rats are attacking everybody now. But you just have to hold on, or else you're going to embarrass yourself and you're also going to fall, possibly injure yourself. But the only thing injured here was his ego. So he fell back, and then luckily, it was packed. So a human being's body caught him. It was basically an unannounced trust fall. It was a random trust fall. You know when you get picked at random for things, for like, I don't know, what are those surveys? You get picked for random surveys. Yeah, that's basically what happened. He got picked. His body got picked to collapse. So he collapsed into somebody, and then he popped back up. And to be cool, he put his arm up on the bar and looked down at the ladies and was like, wow, that was crazy. And I almost vomited right then and there. I almost vomited because I didn't know what else to do in that moment except for cringe and want to jump in front of the next train. But I didn't. But anyway, so basically, you're always seeing these people that are out and about. And you're like, what are you doing? Why are you the way that you are? Where are your parents? I was at a coffee shop. And it's a coffee shop I hadn't been to before. I forget the name of it. It was somewhere in Williamsburg area. Somewhere in the Williamsburg area. And I walk in to the coffee shop. I order my coffee. And about 2 guys behind me. Behind me was a shorter woman and then a man, kind of my height a little bit. He was next. He comes in and he goes, do you guys have a Keurig? A Keurig. You know what a Keurig is. Everybody knows it's those coffee makers that everyone has that you don't really use, right? You use it maybe once a week. Nobody's using a Keurig every day. People will make drip coffee every day. People are making their Nespresso, possibly, making their own iced coffee, making it in the fridge, right? Letting it sit for the next morning because you know how we all love our iced coffee. Pumpkin spice is back, by the way. So you're going to get the worst version of me once I have some pumpkin spice in my gut. But you don't have a Keurig. You're not using a Keurig every day, right? And so why would a coffee shop, a place that specializes in making coffee, have a Keurig? Why would he have a Keurig? That doesn't make any sense. If they had a Keurig, they would probably be a Keurig store. And that's just a fact. They would probably be a Keurig store. And they weren't. This was a coffee shop. And now I feel like that is possibly the most rude thing you could say to a barista. Because that barista is not going to give a fuck about you. And that's a fact. That's a known fact throughout the entire world, is that the barista will not give a fuck about you. So he says this, do you have a Keurig? The barista goes, dude, no, we don't have a Keurig. And this is where my mind said, show me the parents, right? How is this possible? Mommy and daddy clearly have money. Show me them, because we have a problem. We have something to talk about. Because I know that you didn't do enough, right? You didn't put them in the naughty corner like my mom did. And that's a fact. So basically what happened, he pulls out of his pocket 2 K-cups. And he said, I'm just looking for somewhere to use these. Are you kidding me? You're pulling out K-cups to just use? You're asking coffee shops where they make their own coffee to brew you a K-cup? Are you kidding me? I couldn't believe it. It was unreal. It was unreal. That's like walking into McDonald's with your own ground beef. Are you kidding me? You know that those are pre-made patties. And you're going to ask them to make it on their grill? You still want that? I don't think so. And it's rude. It's rude to Ronald. So I think that really, this guy is a psychopath. He's crazy. And what happened was, he was asking and they eventually were like, no, you can't have that. And he just ordered a normal coffee like a normal human. I just want to know if there would be anywhere that would say, yeah, I guess we have a Keurig. You can use it. Because I don't think anywhere, maybe a college dorm, maybe this grown man can go knocking on college dorms to like get in and use the Keurig. Because I don't know anybody else that has one. I have a drip coffee machine because I'm an adult. Okay. And I drink drip coffee. If anything, I would like to make an iced coffee from home. But a Keurig doesn't do that. No, a Keurig does nothing. And my friends, that's the moral of the story is don't buy a Keurig. And also, don't make Keurig K-cups for your children because they will turn out to be snobs, assholes, and freaks. They will be freaks. Let's get into some quick news here. Jonas and Sophie Turner are getting a divorce. It is said that Joe filed for the divorce. We don't know what happened with their relationship. We don't know what went wrong. They seemed very happy. They were hilarious. So I don't know what happened. And I'm not going to speculate. on things. There's some, rumor about a ring light or a security cam that caught her doing something. I don't like all this. What is all this blame being put on Sophie? We don't know what happened. There's not equal blame being put on Joe, and I don't think that's right. It could also just be they, decided that it was, time to call it quits. They're also they're famous people. What do we expect? They're famous people. What are you going to do about it? You know what I mean? They're going to get divorced. That's just going to happen. And what did the camera find? Was she like showering with some dude? Because I bet you if she was caught in the shower, okay, Joe's done 10 times worse things in the shower. He's an adult man. Okay, adult men do gross things in the shower. And that's just a fact. I was talking to my friends the other day, actually. Talk about showering, man. We all love showering, first of all. It's the best feeling in the world. What we don't talk about as men is how we wash the unders, the nether region where the sun don't shine, right? The cake. How do we wash it? How do we wash the cake? And you might be asking yourself, well, as men, they're probably really gross. They probably don't do it well enough. Wrong. You could not be more wrong if you do not know and you have not seen. Now, as we all know, women are just in general more flexible than men. They have a great arch, not as good as a man's in the shower. A man in the shower is equivalent to Shawn Johnson on the USA Olympic team. That's just a fact. And this entire episode, all I've been saying is factual evidence of things that have happened and things that are just true, right? I would never lie to the people. I would never, not give you the right information, unlike Lucas. Okay, I would not do that to you. If you're in the shower and you're a man, the arch, oh my God, we pop it. We pop it hard. We're like Nicki, okay? We're like Nicki Minaj in the club. That's what we do. We pop it. And we arch our backs, and we basically are creating a runoff water stream, basically I'm forgetting the name of it. But basically the water will come down our backs, all right, and through our butt crack. Comes down the butt crack. And once it gets there, it meets Mr. Soap. And then we wash and we scrub and we scrub. That arch is practiced, right? We've practiced it our whole lives. And this is why bidets are so popular too. You need it. You need the water, right? You need the water in order to wash it. So when it comes down, right? Comes down, goes through the butt crack. There's no greater feeling. And it could go toe to toe with any woman's arch. And that's a fact. Write all these facts down because it's true. That water cleans our butts so that we can smell nice for you. And the people that don't do it, if you smell someone bad, they don't have a good arch. But if you smell someone good, gosh, don't put them on the stage at a club because they're going to bring the house down. It's just how it is. But yeah, I think that this Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas thing it's sad because they were definitely the funniest of the Jonas couples. They were hilarious. I think that they made very funny content together, but maybe that was the problem. Maybe it was too many jokes, not enough love. But I'm not sure. Again, trying not to speculate. I love them both. Big Game of Thrones fan, big Camp Rock fan. But we all knew Shane Gray would struggle with it, really. However, I hope that they're okay. I'm rooting for them individually, and hopefully they're able to figure it out. I hope they're able to get by, really. I know being famous is hard, so I don't know if that will, affect them at all. Man, I have been having just the worst poops recently. It's been bad. It's been really bad. And also, Lucas has had the same thing. If he was here, he'd tell you. So I've noticed something, and this has always been a thought in my mind while growing up. And again, I need you as an audience to tell me, like, is it me? Is it, Aaron, it's you. It's not this thing, right? It's you that's the problem. Because if it is me, I wouldn't be surprised, right? It's very possible that I am the problem here. But I think it could be this. I don't think bathroom fans work. I think they just make white noise. Right, that's the bathroom fan. I don't think there's anything circulating because I can't get rid of the stink. So either my poop smells so bad that it's no match for any fan, or bathroom fans don't work. It's one of the two. It's very black and white. It's one of the two. And if you are to have a horrible day in the restroom and then the fan doesn't work, how am I to get anything done? It's going to fill up the entire apartment. You got 4 men, 2 bathrooms. Only one has a window, by the way. And the fans don't work? That's horrible. Who are these fan companies? Who are the companies that make fans? Is it Dyson? I don't know. Who makes fans? Who's doing it? It's not the AC companies, they're rivals. Right? If you're so poor, you're going to have fans because you can't be blowing AC all day. And so I think that these fan companies need to step their game up, and they should personally renovate every bathroom in the United States, starting with ours, please, because it's getting bad. It's getting really hard, and I think that I might have a problem. I think we all do. Something in the water. Maybe we're eating the little tiny shrimps, right? The little tiny shrimps in the water that kind of attack you. I think we might be eating the shrimp. We might be eating the shrimp in the water, which, looking on the bright side, you're getting a shrimp cocktail every time you have a beverage, which is great, right? There's plus sides to everything. There's pluses and there's minuses. The minus would be we're having horrible shits. And it's not good. It's wreaking havoc on this apartment worse than Cole's bare feet on our coffee table, because that's already bad enough. So really, I think it's time that we as a society do a lawsuit, class action lawsuit, if you will, against the fan companies, because the bathroom fans don't work. They don't work, and they should, right? I'm a man of the people, and the people's butts need the fans. So I hope that they hear this and they really, honestly, they think about what they go to the naughty corner. Go look at the corner because you've done us wrong my whole life. People know when I poop and it's because of you. I want you to think about that. I want you to sit with it and think about it because that's fucked up. That is messed up. Why would you do that? Why would you cause me this pain? So it really is, it's very sad. I don't want people to, suffer through what I suffer through. So I'm going to fight the good fight for us. I feel like we don't have enough good reality shows. I feel like the majority of them are about dating, which, by the way, we'll have some updates on some dating shows that are coming up. Hopefully soon. Hopefully we'll get some. We have some news. We had something that we did that is kind of funny. It's a little bit of a little prank, right? A little prank. We're gonna be doing that soon. That'll be announced. So stay tuned. There might be someone you know on a dating show coming up soon. And the thing is, with the dating shows, I just feel like I would love to be on a show that's not about dating. You know, there aren't a lot of them, but I'm also not like a wilderness guy. I feel like it falls into those two categories. You have Survivor, you got Naked and Afraid. I prefer to be, clothed and, asleep in my bed. However, I would rather do probably Survivor than go on a dating show. Unless it's like I go on Too Hot to Handle and then because I'm not too hot to handle, I would have to be funny. And I think that would be in itself a great time. I think it'd be so much fun. However, there needs to be other forms of reality TV that we can join in on and watch and participate in, I was never allowed to watch it as a kid. Of course, if I wasn't allowed to watch SpongeBob, why would I have been able to watch this? And that is Wipeout. Because we were talking, me and the boys were talking about how Wipeout would have been the perfect show for us to do. It would have been so fun. It's just an obstacle course. It's an obstacle course where you're covered in mud and water. All right? That's basically like walking to the bathroom every day in our house. So I think we could do really well. I don't see how we could not be picked to be on that show. We could all compete too. It's like, apartment of 4 guys competes on Wipeout. My mom hates Wipeout. Hated it. Refused to let us watch it because there's people getting hurt. And honestly, I don't think people ever really got hurt, right? They were falling into bouncy balls. Okay? They're falling into bouncy balls. They weren't getting hurt. Okay? So everyone needs to relax. But we got to think of some other ideas for reality shows. I've always thought there should be a reality show where some normal Joe Schmo tries to play in the NFL. He gets a contract, he plays for a whole season, and they film him the entire season, and he just gets destroyed. I mean, mentally and physically. I think that would be the perfect show. Have someone be in the NBA, normal Joe Schmo, can't shoot, can't play defense, can't do anything, but he's in the NBA. That'd be hilarious. I would do that in an instant, right? Obviously, there needs to be more people on cooking shows. More people to do cooking shows that are really bad at cooking. Or if I could just eat, just let me on and I'll eat something. But yeah, Wipeout was incredible. That era of TV, of reality TV was great, right? It would be around the same time as Dancing with the Stars. That was great. Oh my gosh. Apollo Ono and Julianne Hough, Queen, love her, right? That was amazing. When Joey Fatone from NSYNC was on, oh my God, they just had the best casts in the first few seasons. But reality TV has changed so much. I feel like it's mostly dating and then nature survival. And I think there should be more normal average things. Man tries to survive living in the library or something like that, I think that'd be fun. So yeah, if you have any ideas, we're going to start pitching, I think, to CBS, Fox, NBC, ABC, all the major networks, because they need it bad. Obviously, they're being run out of town by HBO. So I think if you give us some ideas, we'll give you credit, possibly, not guaranteed, but we'll try to give you credit in the meetings, and we'll push for you to be a part of it. So let us know if you have ideas, because, why not? Something for us to all do together, to come together and join in. Let us know. So we have a call. We have someone call in and leave a message. That's awesome. It's fantastic. So I'm gonna play it. I don't know how I'm gonna do this with audio specifically. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna hold it up just in case that we can't put it in the final one. Like I'll edit it in. So we have a caller. Let's see what we got here.
My son, Jimmy Brown. I don't even want to say it.
Okay. Well, first off, I don't know where this is going. Jimmy Brown. Let's see.
Smoking weed with his friends.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to do.
Right. Well, that's just half of it. Before I hear anything else, people are gonna smoke weed. People are gonna do it. I don't do it. I'm a clean man. I don't do it. But a lot of people do. It's decriminalized now. It's not legal, but it's decriminalized. I can't say decriminalized without trying to use an accent. This guy's accent's getting to me. I didn't even know we had fans in the South. Well, I did live in Nashville for a while, so it's possible that they're from there. But you can't say decriminalized without being from the South, because they don't want to legalize it, which I don't believe, by the way. I think that they do want to legalize it. And why not? Just do it. Just get it out of the way. I'm kind of sick of hearing about it. You know what I mean? Just get them. Yeah, just let them do their thing. Give them a few lounges, right? Just be like, hey, we're going to open up a weed lounge. Let them lounge. You know where they are. Just let them lounge. Everything's fine. Everything's good. Everything's nice and dandy. Let's see what else happens.
I don't know what to do with him. I think he's a lost cause. I think there's nothing I can do with him. I don't know what to do. That's why I'm calling. That's why I need a little advice here.
Gotcha.
What do I do with my little Jim?
Little Jim. Right. So I guess for advice, I don't have children, so I don't have a lot of advice that I could give you. But I don't know if he's a lost cause, if he's smoking weed. I know a lot of people that have smoked weed that, no longer do it, or, they tried it once, they didn't like it, and they're now fine. Now, is he doing other things with the weed? Is he selling? Does he try to snort it? Right? Is he confusing it with other drugs? Is his mental state affected by it? Does it change the way that he is around you? Now, I do have to ask, are you selling him the weed? It could be your you didn't say anything about you not being on the weed. On the Mary Jane. Never said anything about that. And I think that little Jim could use a stern talking to from his dad. But also don't be too hard on him. He'll be fine. Really, I think he just needs to know that if he keeps smoking weed, eventually there will be a lounge that opens up for him. There'll be a place for him to go. That'll be great. Something my mom would do when she thinks she thought I was smoking weed. Never have, by the way. And that's a fact. Never have. Scout's honor. I never smoked weed. But I used to get in the car when she would pick me up from school, or she'd pick me up from a friend's house or something. And I had just, I don't know, like done with theater rehearsal or some shit. And I'll get into the car and she would lean over and go, "You smell like weed." And I'd be like, "No, you're trying to get me to confess to a crime that I didn't commit, Mom." And I was always like, "No, I didn't. That wasn't me. I don't know how I could possibly smell like weed. I don't think you know what weed smells like anymore, Mom. Been out of college too long. You don't know." But so that's a possibility. You could try to get him to confess like that way. You could just say, even if he doesn't, "You smell like weed." You could do that with anything. "You smell like alcohol. You smell like sex." You could do all of it. You could get him to confess to everything, right? "You smell like my last can of peanut butter," right? What if he ate, the last jar? "You smell like the last jar of peanut butter." It's a way to get him. It's a way to catch him, right? Make him think you already know. Play the mind games, right? But if he's a lost cause, then I don't know. Take him out back. Don't know what else to do about it. Well, that's all that I got for today. I didn't have like a ton of stuff to really discuss, but I hope you guys, stuck with me through this just by myself trying to get through it. I do miss Lucas. He will be back, hopefully. I don't know when, but he'll be back. And we'll get back to our normal stuff. Please RSVP to the live show October 4th at Star Bar, Brooklyn. Also, subscribe. We are so close to 400. We're at 390 right now. We just need 10 more. So if you haven't subscribed, also tell your friends to subscribe. For real, it helps so much. And you can turn on the subscribe and even turn off the bell notification, right? You don't need to get notifications for us. That's fine. I don't care. Just subscribe, right? Please press the button. It'll help us so much, so more than you know. We just want to get to 500 so bad. So if you could please help us out with that, that'd be awesome. But thank you for listening. We will see you next week.